This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 897 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip is from Julie Slater. Julie grew up in Germany where she took dressage and jumping lessons like most kids her age. But when she came to the United States, she discovered ranch work and has been working for ranches and helping others improve their riding skills ever since. Today, Julie covers part 2 of a 3-part series of tips that takes us through giving to the bit, bending, and flexing. And we'll get right to our tip after this from StatelineTack.com. When the weather forecast calls for wind, rain, bone-chilling temperatures, or snow, look no further than StatelineTack.com to make sure your barn time is warm, dry, and stylish. StatelineTack.com has jackets and vests that keep you warm and dry from afternoon hacks in New England to break of dawn schooling sessions in Wellington. They also carry a wide selection of toasty warm breeches for schooling ring or show ring. They even have waterproof breeches for those days when Mother Nature is at her worst. And StatelineTack.com knows there's nothing more satisfying than having warm, dry feet at the barn, so they have beautiful winter boots for showing, weather-busting paddock boots for on the horse or off, and lots of rubber boots for mucking about. Surf over to StatelineTack.com today and choose from your favorite brands like Ariat, Debonair, Dublin, Mountain Horse, Carrots, Tough Rider, and many, many more. StatelineTack.com. So we've got step 1. Step 1 is we teach our horse to correctly and confidently give to the bit. Okay, now what's next? What's next after that? Because we seem to have 3 parts going here.
So we've got bending, and bending is where your horse is from head to tail on the circle that you want him to be on. So, for example, if you ride in a big, large 20-meter circle, your horse is supposed to be head to tail, ears to tail, supposed to be bent on the same circumference that the circle is that you're riding. Same thing with a barrel horse. If he's turning a 5-foot circle around the barrel, theoretically, that horse is supposed to be bent head to tail around that 5-foot circle on the circumference. So that is the bend of a horse. Now, most riders just understand that, we want to go around this barrel. But the hardest part about bending your horse is actually the change of bend when you switch back and forth. Everybody can understand that I need to be on this circumference of this circle, and I need to have my horse bent to the right. But when they get to the left, they understand that they have to have their horse bent to the other side of the circle and on the left circumference. But they don't understand how they're going to get the riders in between. So really, there's going to be, there's no magic wand that appears in the middle of these 2 circles that magically puts your horse from one to the other. That is the hardest part of riding a horse on the bend is changing the bend in between and doing it from front to back so that your horse can go for a couple of steps straight and then smoothly get into that other bend. And that goes right in with the giving to the bit. He has to give to the bit to the right first, then you have to release and let him take a step straight, and then he has to give to the bit to the left nicely and easily without dropping a shoulder, raising his head, showing resistance and all that. And then as you learn to keep the horse on a bend and to keep the shoulder in and to keep the hind end where it needs to be, both of you guys will kind of progress in gaining some strength on getting into the two different circles.
Aha! So you can't have step 2 without step 1. And
right.
Bend refers to the entire body of the animal,
right,
from ears to tail, following the same trajectory. So if I'm going, if I was a dressage person, I might be referring to this as bending, but also as in straight, because in dressage world, in the English world, a horse is considered straight if he is correctly bent.
Okay.
So that if he's going on a 15-yard circle, his whole body is making that same prescription. So we've got step 1, giving to the bit. Step 2, we can now bend left and right. Now, what's step 3?
Step 3 is a flex, and that comes right. It goes right along the line. But people overuse the flex quite a bit.
Aha! So the next tip, we will be covering the third and final part of this series, flexing, which seems to be oft used but perhaps not well understood. Well, thanks again, Julie, and we'll see you next time. And you can connect with Julie via her website at slaterhorsetraining.com. And for more of Julie's tips, just go to horsetipdaily.com and type her last name, Slater, Slater, in the search bar, which you will find at the top right-hand side of the page. And don't forget to support our sponsors here on Horse Tip Daily, because they make these podcasts possible. This podcast has been brought to you through the generous support of StatelineTack.com. And now you can have all of your favorite Horse Radio Network shows with you wherever you go by using the free Horse Radio Network app for iPhone and Android. Just go to your app store and search Horse Radio Network. Do it today. It's quick, free, and easy. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.